In the grand gilded halls of the British monarchy, where teacups clink gently and royal wave angles are judged like Olympic sports, drama is never far behind. But according to a fiery new biography, one family feud may have broken through the velvet gloves, right into a bloody nose. Historian Andrew Lownie, a distinguished member of the Royal Historical Society, has delivered an explosive uppercut to Prince Andrew's already bruised reputation. In an excerpt from his upcoming biography, The Rise and Fall of the House of York, Lownie alleges that Prince Harry once gave his uncle, Prince Andrew, a proper royal thumping during a family gathering. Yes, you watched that right. Uncle versus nephew. Blue blood turned black and blue. The 2013 Royal Ruckus. According to the book, the royal scuffle went down in 2013, likely during one of those relaxed family affairs where the stress is served hotter than the roast beef. Lownie claims that Harry and Andrew got into a heated verbal altercation after the latter made disparaging comments about Harry behind his back. When Harry confronted his uncle and accused him of being a coward, things reportedly turned physical, and not just a little posh push and some stiff upper lip. No, Lownie alleges that Harry landed a punch so forceful it left Andrew with a bloodied nose. The scene apparently turned chaotic before cooler heads intervened. Harry got the better of Andrew by all accounts, the book notes. Translation: one royal left the room victorious, the other left needing a tissue. The Meghan Markle mayhem. You'd think a nosebleed might have cooled the temperature. Alas, the feud aged like a particularly bitter claret. Fast forward to 2018. Prince Harry marries Meghan Markle, a former actress and tabloid lightning rod. Andrew reportedly reacted to the union like a Victorian butler finding a hedgehog in the drawing room, scandalized and snide. According to the biography, Andrew labeled Meghan bonkers and predicted the marriage would fizzle out in under a month. Why? Well, the Duke of York allegedly claimed Meghan was both an opportunist and, brace yourself, too old. For Harry? Yes, a man known for his, let's call it controversial social history, critiquing someone's suitability for a royal match. Pot, meet kettle. Kettle, prepare to be punched. Unsurprisingly, Harry did not take kindly to Andrew's opinions. The book says he vented his fury to his brother, Prince William, admitting that he hated Andrew. Strong words, even for a family where passive-aggressive Christmas gifts are practically tradition. William joins the royal roast. As it turns out, Harry isn't the only royal unimpressed by Andrew's antics. Prince William also appears to have a frosty relationship with his uncle. One of the tensions reportedly stems from Andrew allegedly making rude remarks about William's wife, Catherine, the Princess of Wales. It's hard to say what exactly was said, but given Andrew's reported history of foot-and-mouth syndrome, it probably wasn't a compliment about her wedding dress. According to Lownie, William and Andrew's relationship has been strained for years, and in this ring, there's no reconciliation tea party in sight. Who's telling the truth? The obvious question, did this aristocratic altercation actually happen? Lownie says yes, and he's standing his ground like a butler guarding the Buckingham wine cellar. He claims to have interviewed over 300 people for his book and insists that the source of this story is both close to Andrew and has no reason to make it up. In contrast, Prince Harry's camp denies the story outright. A spokesperson for Harry declared, "There has never been a physical altercation between Prince Harry and Prince Andrew." The denial also extended to the claims Andrew badmouthed Meghan Markle. Lownie, however, is unfazed. In what must be the classiest literary jab of the year, he responded by drawing attention to Harry's own memoir, Spare, in which Harry openly admits to scuffling with his brother William. It is understandable that Prince Harry's spokesman should deny the story, Lownie said, with the subtlety of a royal eyebrow raise. But I'm afraid there is a long history of the Duke of Sussex being economical with the truth. I believe my guy. The author behind the mayhem. Who is Andrew Lownie, and why is he stirring the royal pot with such gusto? Lownie isn't some fly-by-night tabloid hack. He's a respected historian, biographer, and full-time thorn in the side of those who prefer their scandals well hidden. His previous works include detailed investigations into Lord Mountbatten and the Queen's former private secretary, so the guy knows his way around a royal archive, and apparently around a punchy anecdote too. His new book, entitled, pulls no punches, literally or figuratively, in its portrayal of Prince Andrew. And the family feud is just the beginning. Andrew under the microscope and the guillotine. If Andrew hoped the book would be a charming stroll through his achievements, he'll be sorely disappointed. Lownie's portrait of the Duke of York is, frankly, a full-scale demolition. In the excerpt published by the Daily Mail, Andrew is described as a bully who takes pleasure in belittling those around him. That might sound like typical upper-crust crankiness, until you read further. There are allegations of chronic womanizing, crude behavior, and creepy habits. The late Jeffrey Epstein, yes, that Jeffrey Epstein, is even quoted as saying Andrew had a worse sex addiction than he did, which, even in the world of defamatory insults, is a line that comes with fire alarms. One anonymous woman, allegedly harassed by Andrew, described him as being about as subtle as a hand grenade. According to her, his signature move was rubbing a woman's knee under the table. Pathetic, she said. Another anecdote recalls a near brawl with a member of the royal household. When Andrew rudely ordered a staffer to wrap a gift, the man was so incensed that he nearly clocked him. "I just thought you rude, ignorant sod," he told Lownie, and felt like decking him. Safe to say, the Duke of York may soon need a full-time boxing coach instead of a PR rep. Punchlines and palaces. Of course, we may never truly know whether Harry actually gave his uncle a royal shiner. Unlike courtroom testimony, the royal family doesn't exactly keep CCTV in the Christmas parlor, but the story itself, whether fact or fabulous fable, has done its damage. More importantly, it paints a picture of a family where decorum is in short supply and grudges aged like fine, resentful wine. Between whispered insults, public slap fights, and under-table groping, it's all starting to sound less like the Windsors and more like an HBO series pitched as Game of Thrones. Mayfair Edition. The damage done. For Andrew, Lownie's book is just the latest addition to his ever-expanding scandal scrapbook. The biography's allegations come on the heels of already immense public backlash surrounding his association with Epstein and his infamous BBC interview, which was so damaging it should be studied in PR crisis classes for the next 100 years. Add a potential punch to the face, a string of offensive comments, and stories of boorish behavior, and the Duke's image isn't just tarnished, it's torched. The House of York, or the House of Yikes? There's something tragically Shakespearean about the whole saga. You've got royalty, betrayal, whispered secrets, and even physical violence, though the bard probably would have made it a sword fight instead of a sock to the nose. What Entitled seems to reveal most clearly is that the internal cracks within the royal family are far wider than anyone imagined. Behind the balcony smiles and choreographed public appearances lies a powder keg of resentment, rivalries, and outright rage. And while most of us deal with awkward family dinners by making polite conversation and drinking too much wine, the royals apparently deal with it by throwing fists and calling each other bonkers. In the end, whether or not Harry actually landed a punch on his uncle's schnoz, the tale itself says something even more impactful. That the aura of untouchable dignity surrounding Britain's royal family may be cracking faster than a Buckingham teacup in a microwave. And that's a royal wrap, folks. If you enjoyed this dive into royal chaos, hit that like and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping royal revelations, scandalous showdowns, and history with a splash of sass. Until next time, stay curious, stay classy, and maybe don't start a fistfight at your next family gathering.